Hey guys, so today I'm making another shapeshifter. This one is a twin-tailed fox. So I haven't made a fox and I kind of, like my friend was like, oh, maybe you should make like a windy fox character. And to be honest, I didn't really want to do it because I don't know, I've been going down this rabbit hole of the stereotypical creatures like the vampires and the werewolves. And so I thought I would make one and then have like a nice backstory to it. So this is Twin and Tenshi. So Twin is the fox and Tenshi is the duck that he's holding. Twin is a twin-tailed fox and he has two tails and he also has two pigtails. For those of you who didn't notice on his hair, he does look super girly, and I think my mistake was just giving him like that bow on his like neck. But to be honest, I wanted it to be in the same universe as what's it called? Night Prowler, which is the vampire, and also her partner, which is the werewolf. What's his name? Silver Tongue. So yeah, so they're in the same kind of universe. So that's why they have this old-timey look and their clothing is like super fancy. So most of them are wearing like vests and bow ties. So yeah, he's a super polite character and has a certain class to everything he does, and he calls his special person, which he met in Tenshi, which means angel in Japanese. Now, I don't know if this is the correct translation, but I did just go straight up to Google Translate and translate angel into Japanese, and then that's what I call her. So yeah, and ever since he saw this duck, he can't help but be luck struck. And Twin is patient, and he has only eyes for Tenchi because she is the most beautiful person he has ever met. Now, Tenchi is a duck, and I normally don't draw shapeshifters in like their actual animal forms just because I like the human personality more, and you can also draw clothing on people. So yeah, um for her, she's not a duck and she's actually a shapeshifter, and she lost her ability to transform into a human. So she could possibly turn back. It's just that she's under some sort of issue where she can't turn into a human anymore. But yeah, so she's just a duck for now. I'm not too sure like how I want to go about it in terms of like, do I want to make it like a curse or something that she's put under, or if she just has like lost her ability to turn into a human just because like random reasons. So yeah, so Tenchi is, she walks around and she actually can still talk, just like how every shapeshifter can talk in their like animal form too, except she's like she just doesn't isn't able to look like a person at all. She's kind of tsundere. She tends to be very sassy and she likes telling off people, especially Twin, just because like she has her moments. And it's because she can't turn back into a person that sometimes she's more sassy about things and she just isn't happy all of the time. But no one takes her seriously with how she looks, and her threats kind of mean nothing to her. I feel like Twin just kind of, takes it like a grain of salt every time she sasses him, but he just really loves her. Um, every time I think about like Twin and Tenchi, I want to say like Twin probably has like heart eyes every time he sees Tenchi, but in this case, I just decided to give him like regular eyes. But he loves Tenchi so much. Um, Twin also loves to carry Tenchi around, and he doesn't really care about like her form. The fact that she is a duck doesn't really like strike him as something that's like ridiculous to look at in terms of like him just walking around romancing with an animal. He doesn't think it's embarrassing or anything like that. But Tenchi is kind of embarrassed about her form because she's like this tiny little animal. Um but Twin wouldn't dream of her like looking any different. He just, but just imagine like Tenchi, like Twin loves Tenshi already this much. Just imagine until like one day she's able to turn into a human again. Like he'll love her even more. So that's basically the backstory of these characters. I thought it would be cute to make like this whole backstory, just like how I did for like Night Prowler and a Silver Tongue. I kind of wanted to do something different. I know a lot of foxes when it comes to like Asian lore, like I want to say, especially like Chinese and Japanese, foxes can either be like protectors or they're demons. A lot of the time for like Chinese, they're like demons who trick people, and it's kind of like they seduce people so that way they can like steal energy and life forms from people. But for this one, I wanted to just make it like a regular shapeshifter, so he's more of like an animal rather than just like this creature that steals people's life forms. He doesn't really care too much about people. Like he's more of like the guardian type, but he's not someone who interacts with people a lot. People find him strange because again he is a shapeshifter. Same thing with Silver Tongue and what is it? Silver Tongue and his partner Night Prowler. They're kind of different, but they're not super scary. They're more like attractive, like people are attracted to them. People also like talking to Twin as well, but Twin doesn't really have like a super big interest in like talking to people. So for his character design, again, like I said, I wanted to go with like this old-timey feel with like the big collared shirts and also like the bow tie. I gave him this bow ribbon to match what is it, Silver Tongue, so that way they both had like something similar. I was gonna go for a regular tie as well, but I thought same universe, why not stick with something similar? I know that Night Prowler actually has a tie. If you haven't seen those two, they're in my drawings playlist. I have videos of like the drawings that I did for them. But basically, their characters, like there's a vampire, Night Prowler, and then a Silver Tongue, which is a werewolf, and they both love each other very much. And this one is Twin and Tenshi. So for Tenshi, I was actually gonna draw her as a human, and then my friend was like, "What if you just kept them in like their animal form? It would be kind of funny and derpy to see." So I thought it was cute. Now I've never really drawn like ducks before, so it was my first attempt trying to draw something like more of like my style, like an anime style, but for like a duck character. So yeah, um, I made her fluffy and kind of just round and just like very simplistic. Also, Twin is also wearing a vest, so Night Prowler and Silver Tongue are also wearing vests. I don't know, I just kind of like really like the aesthetic with like the fancy clothing, so I wanted to do that. Now, I didn't really know what color to give Twin for his clothing, but I thought that I would stick with the white collared shirt for sure, and then just make the vest a certain color. Um, Originally, I just made his eyes pink because I thought it would be like this romantic color to make his eyes, and then what happened is since there is nothing that really matched his like eyes, I decided to make it that his vest color was the same color as his eyes. Now, for Twin, I didn't really want him to be the stereotypical just straight up orange and white, like the ears and tails for like foxes. So I decided to do this blend of like this tannish brown color and then have it fade to white instead of just doing like an orange and white. And then for his hair, because I really wanted to add orange because he was a fox, I decided to make his hair orange and also keep some parts white as well. So like the center parts of his hair is white and it's highlighted with that, but most of it is orange, so that way it keeps like this foxy color to it. But I didn't want him to be like this stereotypical color of a fox, and I was gonna go for straight up just white for his hair and like also his tails and ears, but I thought that would be too simple and it wouldn't look cool in any way. I feel like it would look like one of those edgy anime characters because there are some characters that are fox characters in animes and they're normally white color because their fur is normally white. So yeah, but I decided to go with this. For his pants, I just did like a dark brown. Um, Kind of reminds me of a chocolatey brown though, so it kind of looks like, what is it? Strawberries and chocolate. I don't know. The pink just reminded me of fruit. So yeah. This is a part where I remembered I completely forgot to draw his nails in. So because he's a fox, I wanted to give him sharper nails. Um, and I didn't do that originally in my sketch. And I thought, oh, during my coloring process, I'll just add that in. And I completely forgot. So by the time I go to like outlining, that's when I put them in. And now I'm just shading in Tenshi. She's super cute. I want to say her nickname is Quackers because my friend really wanted me to call her Quackers, but the name Tenchi is actually given to her by Twin. It's not like a name that she had originally. He calls her that because he thinks she's an angel the way she looks with her feathers. So it's kind of weird because I did twin tails on a guy character, and honestly, this was my first time attempting doing that, and I think it looks fine. You kind of, because of the bow and the collar shirt though, it kind of looks like a schoolgirl, so I don't know like how you guys feel about it. Overall, the design was a bit like wasn't super well thought out in terms of like, you know, making long hair and making them pigtails. It would look a bit more girly. So yeah, but to me, I don't really care if like guys want to like have their hair a certain way or wear certain clothing and they feel comfortable in it. It doesn't really matter to me, like to each their own. So I'm okay with characters looking a bit more feminine, even though like what you would call feminine, even though they are males. So yeah, but most of my characters just identify by by what I call them. So Tenshi, so Ten not Tenshi, Twin is a guy for sure, and then yeah. I really love the long hair aesthetic too, so I went back to that. Um, I don't know. I've just been drawing a lot of characters with short hair, so I kind of wanted to do a character with longer hair this time. Super cute. So that's basically it for this video. I will post down in the description box below if you want to see all my social media and my uploads of like my photos and stuff for my process work. You can definitely check those out. I will be posting some for Twin and Tenshi, definitely. So yeah, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Check down in the description, not the description box, but you can also check in the drawings playlist for Silver Tongue the werewolf and I keep forgetting their names. Silver Tongue the werewolf and Night Prowler the vampire. That couple I did in two different videos because I actually drew them both as people. So yeah. And then for Tenchi, I guess I'm not gonna draw like a separate drawing for her unless requested, like unless you guys want to see me draw like this cute duck like separately. But for now, I just drew her with Twin. And then this is where I'm adding the nails in for the claws. Also, don't forget, if you have a favorite character from a game, anime, show, let me know in the comment section below. If you have any requests for like characters that you like, that you want to see me draw in my style, definitely let me know. And I'll look into that. It's kind of interesting to be going down like the whole thing of like the regular monster characters now, like vampires, werewolves, and foxes. So we'll see how many I want to do. Like, I'm normally not in the mood to draw like the typical monsters, but I might end up doing a bit more. So yeah, so this is my take on like a fox character. So that's basically it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Bye!